Hello and welcome to Alice's Garden to Plate. I help viewers who are gardeners that love to cook utilize their entire harvest year round by garden planning, preserving methods, and recipes. If that interests you, like and subscribe. Occasionally you will see my supervisor, Sally. She's always watching in the background, make sure there's some quality assurance around here. In today's episode, I'm going to be making kimchi utilizing from the harvest that I grew in the spring to early summer, Pak Choi, which is the small version of Bok Choy. They are both the Chinese cabbage. So, wonderful texture, a little bit different than the napa, thicker, darker green, excellent to use for kimchi. So why is kimchi and fermented food so great? Well, that is the health properties that are going to be in there from the beneficial probiotics. Not only that, when you ferment food, you get a lot of different flavor profiles. After I harvest the Pak Choi, I put it into containers and double washed it using the Fit wash for fruit and vegetables. So therefore there's no contamination and off flavors. Salting the cabbage first and breaking it until it's soft is going to help with fermentation and making the leaves softer. You're going to put at least an inch over of water on the cabbage. I suggest using a plate on top, then using something that's going to have some weight. I just filled a water jug and put it right on top. Let it go for about 2 hours, and then you're going to rinse 4 times to remove all that salt. As you can see here, it's well drained, let it go 20 minutes. The rest of my vegetables are going in. I'm using that Fit wash again to make sure there is no off flavors. I wanted to show you all my prep and how beautiful it is up and close. As you can see, I'm trying to be as authentic as possible when it comes to the flavor of making the kimchi. That's why I use the salted shrimp sauce. I use a lot of minced garlic, green onion, shredded carrot's my little thing. I like to have that because it's a light sweetness. Sugar helps with fermentation. That is why you use it, because the yeast that's naturally occurring will eat the sugar and thus fermentation. The other thing is that I prep everything ahead of time so it's easier to work with. The ginger is peeled and grated. Fresh is the ideal compared to using the store-bought mint, so you get a better flavor profile. Start with a little bit of the pepper flakes, and then you gradually add it in. 1 is mild, 5 is hot. You do you. I went 5 because I love it hot. Mix it in. Make sure you got a really good paste. The paste is good and thick and ready for the vegetables. I start off with doing the Daikon, radish. I love them because they actually have a little spice to them. Delicious. Then the green onion. Scoop it in. Things love to stick, of course, when you're trying to do a video. Carrots, add that light sweetness I was talking about, and pretty because it's rainbow. There's my Pak Choi. Awesome. Add it in. Mix everything very thoroughly with the spoon first. Then use your best instrument in the kitchen, your hand. Throw on some gloves because this is messy. Mix it very well, and then you're going to place into the mason jar. Use a wide mouth mason jar by Ball or any company you prefer, but it's easier to get your hand in and out. This is actually an espresso press that I had left over from a previous machine, so it's excellent for squishing down and getting those juices up to the top of the jar, which is important because you don't want the veggies exposed to the air. Press everything down as hard as you can. The juices are going to naturally come up and all that flavor, and so everything will ferment into that liquid. As you can see, you're going to use an airlock that is made for mason jars. It's non-BPA plastic. Put it on top, put the ring on that you would normally use, and let it sit between 1 to 5 days in a dark area. Fermentation takes 1 to 5 days. Usually around the 3rd day, you're going to have some bubbles forming. That's the fermentation. Keep an eye on your airlock, and I suggest using a bowl underneath because even though this will let a lot of air out, you're going to get a lot of energy and it could come out over. No one wants that mess. The other thing is kimchi is good room temperature for a week. If you refrigerate it, it stops the process of fermentation and it can go 3 to 6 months, being excellent taste. So I suggest refrigeration. Keep an eye on what's going on with the airlock and overflow from the energy of fermentation is important. If this occurs, all you got to do is clean up the jar on the outside, push down using the device that's used for espresso, and make sure the liquids cover the top. If you enjoyed today's episode, click that like button so therefore the algorithm will work in your favor. By subscribing to the channel, you'll be notified of new content. Sally and I thank you very much for viewing.